Peace, love, and transcendence. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am back with another video. This video is going to deal with metaphysics, the branches of metaphysics. What is metaphysics? And some examples of metaphysics. So, thank you guys for subscribing. And to my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. To my long-term subscribers, thank you for hanging in here with me and sticking with me. I appreciate it. And to everyone that comes across this video, thank you for taking the time out to check me out. All right, first off, before we get into what metaphysics is and the branches of metaphysics, I want to talk to you guys about clearing out negative energies and negative vibes. You know, when we are working in particular environments, and sometimes even in our homes, we go and we come in contact with all types of people and all types of energies. So sometimes that energy drains you and it leaves you feeling a particular type of way or a certain type of way. So to clear out negative energy, and a lot of you already know this, but I wanted to share this with you. I have here some Palo Santos, which is good for clearing out negativity, as well as the sage. And this brand is the California white sage, and I like this, and it's like 6 bundles of these. So and I received these in the mail a few days ago, and this is the Palo Santos. And Palo Santos, and it comes in very nice packaging, as you can see. Palo Santos and the white sage are very two different distinctive smells. The sage is a little stronger and it has a little stronger smell than the Palo Santos, but they both are excellent and they both clear out negative energy and negative vibes. And that's what they're good for and what they're used for, and also for purifying the home as well. And I love this little packet. This is so cute. So I'm gonna open up one, open up the packet, and you get about 13 to, I think, 16 sticks, I believe. Does it say on the packet how many? Yeah, 13 to 18 sticks. So as you can see, and I'm gonna take out one, and this is what this looks like, and has a very nice aroma to it and very nice smell. So you can order these at a New Age store, and if you have an African store or a store that specializes in spiritual items, you can get it from there. You can get it online. And this is also the sage. We're going to open up this packet as well, so you can take a look at it. For those of you who don't use sage or who've never used it before, don't know anything about it, I'm going to give you a little history, a little background. Sage has been used for centuries, even by Native Americans and in African countries as well. And these are the big bundles. I'm going to open it up. And these should last you for quite some time. So this is what the sage looks like. And normally what you would do, you would take the lighter and you would light it. And you would just go through your home. And some people use a feather, and some people, like myself, I just use the sage itself. You can put it in a cauldron. This is what I have. That's what I normally put my sage in, or my Palo Santos, so they'll have some place to burn. And you just go around and you can chant, or you could say, I clear this space, I clear my energy of negativity and negative vibes, and just go around like that. Now, I'm not going to light this one. I'll save that one for later use. And like I said, if you go to your workspace. Now, normally you cannot burn sage on your job. I wouldn't suggest that, but once you get in or before you go into work, maybe, or when you come in and you want to just clear yourself of the negativity, negative energies, negative vibes, you can do that by burning this. And you can do it as often as you like, but basically how often I do it is maybe once a month, once a week, somewhere around that time frame. You can do it every day if you'd like as well. There's nothing wrong with that, but I like to save my my sage and my Palo Santos so that I don't run out so quickly. And this is the Palo Santos, and like I said, this one smells a little bit better, so I'm going to light it. It smells a little better than the, oh, and when you're burning this, please, 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 if you are under the age of 18, or if you're like, well, let's not even say 18, maybe if you're like a kid, you shouldn't be playing with matches or a lighter either, but always have adult supervision if you are underage. And if you're underage, you shouldn't mess with this stuff anyway. Always let your mom or dad handle this. So, you know, you're clearing out negativity, negative images, negative vibes. And you can sage yourself, Palo Santos yourself, all that good stuff. All right, so that is a quick tutorial on Palo Santos and white sage. And they're great for clearing out negative energies. All right, now let's get into it. Metaphysics. What is it? And this is information that you can Google yourself if you are interested in learning more about it. I'm just giving you the basics and the basis of what metaphysics is and some of the branches and some examples of metaphysics. All right, metaphysics, the branch of philosophy that treats of first principles, includes ontology, which is one of the branches of metaphysics, and cosmology. Cosmology is one of my favorites, and I'll get into that in a little bit. And it's intimately connected with epistemology. And epistemology, I'm going to get into that as well, is also another branch of metaphysics. So metaphysics, the branch of philosophy that treats of first principles, includes ontology and cosmology, and it's intimately connected with epistemology. So ontology is the philosophical study of the nature of being, becoming, existence, or reality, as well as the basic categories of being and their relations. So basically, ontology is the philosophy or the study of being, like your existence, like you're here on this physical plane and on earth. So yes, you exist, but you exist physically and within the physical realm. So basically, you have a spirit or you have a soul. So your soul is actually driving, or it is the driving force of your body, or your physical existence, or your, what we would consider this vehicle. So your soul is driving this vehicle. Your soul came to this plane and on this planet to have a human experience. You are a soul having a human experience. So whenever you hear that saying, and I know some of you probably have heard that before, it's dealing with metaphysics, and that's dealing and talking about things on a metaphysical level and on a metaphysical basis, because this life that we live is physical, and this life that we live is basically an illusion. So when we talk about it's an illusion, we talk about it's not real, that's when metaphysics comes into play. So cosmology, that's the branch of philosophy dealing with the origin and general structure of the universe. So when we talk about cosmology and cosmic things and things that are on a cosmic level, we're talking about the universe, the stars, the moon, the planets, and everything therein within the universe, or that lies within the universe itself. We talk about its parts, its elements, and laws, and especially with such of its characters as space, time, causality, and freedom. I know I probably didn't pronounce that word correctly, but causality and freedom. So, as we know, when we talk on a metaphysical level, time does not exist. So, when we're talking universal speaking, or universally, we know that time is an illusion, as well as this physical realm, this physical life, and this existence. So, space is not an illusion, but space is the reality of everything within the universe. Now, I'm no science expert, but I do know a little bit. I know the basics. That's enough where I can at least present the information to you. And if you want to study more, you can do that yourself. And epistemology is a word used by the Scottish philosopher James Frederick Farrar. I'm probably not pronouncing his name correctly, but if you know the correct pronunciation of the name, that's great. And it is to describe the branch of philosophy, or the study, concerned with the theory of knowledge. So basically, epistemology is dealing with the theory or the study of knowledge. It examines the nature of knowledge and how one can acquire it. So basically, how can you acquire knowledge versus, I guess, like educational knowledge and knowledge of higher self. So that's what we're going to delve into. You came to this plane to have a human experience, and also, but the main goal is to become one with yourself and to become one with nature. That's the main purpose, I believe, that we're here on earth to learn and to experience. So, philosophy, the study of the fundamental or the basics of nature, of knowledge, and existence, especially when considered as an academic principle. So philosophy, so you heard of like a lot of philosophers, and you heard KRS-One, my philosophy. So it is the study of the fundamental of nature, of knowledge. So it's studying knowledge and acquiring it or learning it, and from an academic standpoint. So why is it important to learn about metaphysics, or why is it important in the philosophy of education? So metaphysics is the first branch of philosophy, the study of the true nature of reality. It forms the basis or the basics from which we perceive and give meaning to our existence. So we know that I exist physically because you can see me. If you're tuning into this video, you can see me through the physical realm and through the physical existence. So I exist physically as well as spiritually, and on a spiritual level, in the spiritual plane, because as I said earlier in the video, we are souls having a human experience. So everything that you're experiencing right now is due to your perception, and it's due to your reality. Like, for example, if you've ever seen the movie The Matrix, you know that they gave him two pills, the red pill, and the green pill. So I forgot which color, but if he chose one specific color, he would stay within his own reality, his own perception. He wouldn't see the truth. He wouldn't see the realness of what's happening and what's going on. And if he chose the other pill, then it would show him the reality, and you would realize that the world that we live in is just an illusion. So examples of metaphysical concepts are being, meaning your existence, that yes, you are here in a physical form, but there's more to just physicality. 2, existence. Yes, you are real and you exist through your own perception, through your own perception of things. 3, purpose, like the purpose of your existence. 4, universal, dealing with, as I stated before, cosmology, dealing with space, time, energy, and everything in and of the universe on a cosmic level. 5, property. And 6, relation. All right. More examples explained. You have causality, like cause and effect or causality, space, time, and event. So let's get into space. And we stated earlier that space is, what is space? We live in space. Although we're on a physical plane, physical level, and a physical existence, we live on a planet called Earth. And where is Earth? Earth is a planet that is located within space, like between space and time. So we are amongst the other planets that we study about, that we hear about, that we talk about. But we are also amongst the stars, the moon, but we are so many, maybe thousands or hundreds of thousands of light years away from these specific planets and then the sun and the stars and the moon. So time, as we know, time was created by man. So time is physical and time does not exist. So when we talk about in metaphysics, when we say time doesn't exist, that's a metaphysical point of view. Because, time was constructed. So time is a construct while we're here in the physical. But once you transcend, once you transition, time is no longer of an importance. So, metaphysical questions. When we ask questions about what is real or the nature of reality in general. So basically that's what metaphysics is as well. It's asking what's real, what's not real, or what's our reality, what's not our reality. So when we ask questions about real or nature, so we ask ourselves, are we real to our perception of where we are right now and on the dimension and on the plane that we're on? Yes, we're real. We're experiencing these physical experiences, but it's just from a metaphysical point of view. It's from our perception of what we consider or what we see as real or being real. So when we wake up in the morning and we go to work, that's our job. That's real for us. But whenever we are in a meditative state, that state of mind frame or that we're in when we're meditating, that's going on a metaphysical level when you meditate. And when you are focused on meditation for however long you meditate, it could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it could be an hour. During that point and during that time, that's when we begin to understand and realize that time does not exist. We're on a level of meditation. So we are experiencing, how do I say it? We are experiencing becoming one with ourselves through meditation and through meditating. Metaphysical spirituality, a science, philosophy, and religion, and is based on the life teachings and demonstrates of all master teachers. It seeks to understand the invisible spiritual nature of all life, which transcends the physical material plane in which we now live. So that's what metaphysical spirituality is. An example of that is meditating. What is a metaphysical view? The branch of philosophy responsible for the study of existence. It is the foundation of a worldwide. It encompasses everything that exists, as well as the nature of existence itself. It says whether the world is real or merely an illusion. It is a fundamental view of the world around us. So that is the metaphysical viewpoint, is that the world we live in is an illusion. So when we wake up in the morning, we go to work, illusion. When we get our paycheck, illusion. Because when we go back to where we come from, or where we came from, once we transition, that is our reality. And that's when reality begins to play itself out. Because remember, we made the conscious decision and the conscious choice to come to this earth and to this plane to have a human experience and to learn things. And I think that one of the main things that we have to remember that's important is that we are here to become one with ourselves, and one with nature, and one with each other. And some of us, we never experience that, and we never get the opportunity or the chance to delve into these things, because so many of us get caught up in religion and religious beliefs, and we don't fully understand anything outside of religion. We really don't want to accept anything outside of religion. We don't want to accept any teachings outside of religion. And so to me, that means you just placed yourself in a box. You know, you're not thinking outside of the box because you're comfortable with where you are in your life. You are not trying to elevate higher or go higher. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being a religious person or, believing in your religious beliefs. If that works for you, then that works for you. But for those of us who want to seek higher and find higher and elevate higher, then this is when we start studying metaphysics. This is when we start studying spirituality, because I want people to realize, and I want you to understand, that being a Christian or if you practice any other religious belief, that doesn't make you spiritual. What makes you spiritual is knowing who you are and knowing your higher self. That's when spirituality comes into play. All right, so the three main parts, or the three main sections, according to Aristotle, on metaphysics, because he split metaphysics into three parts. That's ontology, the study of being and existence; natural theology, the study of God, which is the creator, including the nature of religion and the world, existence of the divine; and 3, universal science, the study of first principles of logic and reasoning, such as the law of non-contradiction. So let's talk about the first one again. Ontology, the study of being and existence. So when we study metaphysics and we talk about metaphysics, we are talking about the study of our mere existence. We do exist, but on a physical plane and on a physical level. And remember, the soul, what's inside of us, our souls, is what drives the body. So when we speak on ontology, the study of being or existence, it's studying our mere being, our being here on Earth, on planet Earth, and doing the things that we do and learning the things that we learn. Natural theology, the study of God. So now, because I say that I'm a spiritual person, I do believe in God. I believe in God and a higher existence. I believe in a higher power. So I believe that there is a creator. And also I practice and I study something which is called Ifa, which is a Yoruba religion. And I'm going to do a video on that, or a video on that particular spiritual practice soon. So natural theology is the study of God, including the nature of religion. Now, I have what I consider spirituality, or I practice what I consider spirituality, and not a religion, because to me, religion is man-made, but being spiritual, that's something that you're born with, and then it's only when you come into being and you come into this earth, and then you're indoctrinated into all of these religions that have been created. Universal science, the study of first principles of logic and reasoning, such as the law of non-contradiction. So what is the law of non-contradiction? Non-contradiction states that something cannot be both true and not true at the same time when dealing with the same context. So a prime example of that I got from Google, and you can look this up for yourselves, is at www.carm, which is carm.org, O-R-G. That's www.carm.org. And it speaks on a wooden chair as an example of non-contradiction. So the chair in the living room cannot be made of wood and not made of wood at the same time. So, and especially with such, oh, that was the last one? Oh, okay, we're almost done. So we're on the last one. So that's an example that they use of non-contradiction, along with some other examples that you can check out for yourself at www.carm.org, carm.org. The chair in the living room cannot be made of wood and made of wood at the same time. So explaining the law of non-contradiction can be confusing for some, but if you understand that, let's take this example of this lighter. This lighter cannot light a fire and then not light a fire. So if that makes any sense. Or the tree, if you see a tree outside, that tree cannot exist in the backyard and not exist in the backyard at the same time, if that makes any sense. But anyway, that's my short video on metaphysics, the branches of metaphysics, and some of the principles of metaphysics. I hope I didn't confuse you too much, because as I always said, it is best to look this info up for yourselves. I am just a presenter. But anywho, stay tuned for the next video where we talk about different spiritual religions, or different spiritual practices, I should say. And I'll probably do a video on Ifa. So until next time, thank you once again for checking me out. I appreciate it. More videos to come, so stay tuned. All right. Peace, love, transcendence, and blessings. Until next time.